Hey everyone, welcome back to Next Trend Society. Today's video is a deep dive into a story that's as serious as a season finale cliffhanger, but unfortunately it's very real. We're talking about the tragic news emerging from Gaza, where a hostage situation has taken a devastating turn. This isn't your average news piece, it's more like a plot twist in a suspense thriller. So, buckle up, we're diving headfirst into some rough terrain. Set the stage a bit, shall we? Gaza, a name that pops up in headlines more often than it should. It's not exactly on anyone's list of dream vacation spots, and it's certainly not the first place you'd think of for a yoga retreat. This region has been simmering with conflict longer than that forgotten pot of beans on your grandma's stove. It's a place where the term normal has long lost its meaning. To understand what's happening now, we need to rewind a bit and look at the decades of tension, the push and pull of political power, and the human lives caught in the middle. If you find this information is helpful, please hit like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. Now let's zero in on the main event. Israel's military has reported a heart-wrenching update from the field. 6 hostages were brutally murdered. This isn't just another statistic in a long list of tragedies. It's a horrifying reality for the families involved. Among the victims was an Israeli-American named Goldberg Pauline, a name that now headlines news across the globe, not for winning a lottery or doing something extraordinary, but because of a tragic fate. His death, along with the others, has sent shockwaves far beyond the immediate, touching international communities and sparking outrage. Let's take a closer look at the details. The individuals were being held in Gaza, an area with a long history of complex governance and ongoing issues. This situation was already difficult to manage, with many factors at play, including the movement of people within a highly challenging environment. According to reports, attempts were made to locate and rescue these individuals, but the challenges of the situation made it incredibly difficult. The heartbreaking outcome, where 6 people tragically lost their lives, has left a profound impact on everyone involved. Goldberg Pauline's death, in particular, is drawing significant attention due to his connection to both Israel and the United States, highlighting the international scope of this tragedy. Goldberg Pauline's dual nationality has drawn international focus, turning this tragedy into a broader conversation. The involvement of an American citizen means that the United States is now paying close attention to the situation, adding another layer of complexity to an already sensitive issue. Governments around the world are watching closely, and the pressure is growing for a resolution. The international community is now at a crucial point. Should there be stronger measures taken to prevent further loss of life? Or should there be a call for patience and restraint in hopes of avoiding future escalations? It's a delicate situation where every action could lead to significant consequences. Meanwhile, news outlets are covering the story with various perspectives. Depending on where you get your information, the narrative can look quite different. Some focus on the actions taken by various groups, while others emphasize the human impact of the situation. The reality, as always, is more nuanced, sitting in the gray areas between extremes. Reactions and condemnations. The global reaction to this tragedy has been loud and clear. Nations are expressing their sadness and frustration, calling for peace, restraint, and understanding. International organizations like the United Nations and humanitarian groups are weighing in, each with their own appeals for resolution. But with emotions running high and stakes even higher, the road to peace seems as difficult to navigate as ever. Israeli response. On the ground, the Israeli government is not just offering words of sympathy, they're taking action. Operations in Gaza have increased as Israel works to find those responsible for this heartbreaking event. It's a tense situation where the focus is on protecting lives while also preventing further violence. However, the landscape is incredibly complex. Gaza is one of the most densely populated areas in the world, and navigating such a challenging environment means that every decision must be carefully considered. The goal is to prevent further loss, but as we all know, in situations like these, the road to achieving that goal is filled with difficult choices. Humanitarian perspective. On the other side, humanitarian organizations are calling for calm and focusing on the civilians who are caught in the middle of all of this. These groups are emphasizing the importance of protecting innocent lives and ensuring that basic human rights are respected. They're working tirelessly to provide medical care, food, and support to those in need, but the challenges are immense. Organizations like the Red Cross and Doctors Without Borders are on the ground, providing crucial services to those affected. They're doing everything they can to ease the suffering of people who are simply trying to survive. Amidst all the chaos, it's the stories of ordinary individuals who show the resilience of humanity that remind us of the power of compassion, even in the darkest of times. Beyond the headlines and the political discussions, there are the personal stories, the ones that remind us that at the heart of all this are real people with hopes, dreams, and loved ones. Families on both sides have been deeply affected, and for many the grief is overwhelming. Goldberg Paulin's family, now mourning their loss, represents just one of many families touched by this tragedy. On the other side, families in Gaza are also facing unimaginable hardships, trying to protect their children and provide for their loved ones amidst incredibly difficult conditions. These are the stories that don't always make it to the front page, but are just as important in understanding the full impact of what's happening. So what do you think? Is there a path to peace? Or are we looking at a continued cycle of difficulties? As the international community grapples with these questions, it's clear that the cost of this conflict is far too high, and the need for a peaceful solution has never been more urgent. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this and other important topics. This has been Next Trend Society, where we keep it real with a sprinkle of humor, even when the news is as serious as it gets. Outro, stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, stay safe out there. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and let's hope for better news tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Thanks for sticking around until the end. If you found this deep dive into the situation insightful, you'll definitely want to check out our next video, Why the Borderlands movie struggled to connect with fans. We'll explore what went wrong and what studios need to do to adapt games successfully to the big screen. So make sure to click over there next. And as always, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to